Jerry Lane Enterprises and Courtesy Motors present Paradise, Louisiana. With Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Demco, your touchstone energy cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. H&E Equipment Services, an equipment company run by equipment people. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana. And Rouse's Markets. You're either local or you're not.
Hey, welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi.
And I'm Jason Lamont. I'm standing for Mr. Don Dubuque, who's on a goose hunt in Arkansas today.
It's a conservation hunt. You know, Jason, I'm so glad to have you, and I'm always glad you come here because you got some of the outstanding footage you've been bringing us this year, especially those dogs chasing them coyotes. That was tremendous, but you bring a lot of your family in, and I'm looking forward to what you did. But you know the truth. Nobody's ever gonna take Don Dubuque's place.
No, I don't think I can take Don Dubuque's place, but I can just try to come up with a few little a good show to put in his place whenever he's not around.
Oh,
we got a little recap of everything we did this year. My little girl Brooke and I had a good end of the season. She wound up putting everything together. I got a couple hogs and a couple deer on video. Even I got her missing a deer too, which don't happen very often. But naturally, that was my fault.
That was your fault?
Yeah, it's always my fault.
Why do you want to bring it up and shame it for baby? You just want to encourage you to be better?
No, it actually was my fault because I had messed the target turrets up on the scope. I was shooting some long range shots at 400 yards and I never readjusted the scope. So when she shot the deer, she shot way over it. So it really was my fault.
Well, last week we taped almost 6 straight days, and we had different things to bring to you. With that great hunt you got. I also made a hunt Wednesday. It was our annual hunt. I call them the McKinley Alumni hunt. We had a hunt master, J.J. Campbell. That's, his daddy is one that put these hunts together. It was our 4th annual. So you get to see these guys and all their buddies and all their old friends, their hunting friends. Y'all know we hunted in Point Parish for the last 3 years with them. But this year we were right in East Baton Rouge Parish, almost where my first house was, not far, in North Baton Rouge. And they killed 21 rabbits, so we're gonna bring you some of that. Then I made a trip to my brother's Magnolia Retreat in Mississippi. What we did was, what we're gonna call it is, to honor my dad, who was one of the great hunters that taught all us kids how to hunt and fish. He raised squirrel dog first and then rabbit dog. And we're gonna call it our traditional hunts. We had 3 of my brothers, we had nephews, great nephews, we had them all there. And made a hunt with Carlton Savoy. I called him the world famous squirrel hunter, squirrel dog trainer. And he's so knowledgeable, and he's been having a good year too on squirrels. We're gonna do that, and that's just gonna be the first part. We're gonna come back next week. We made a rabbit hunt the next day.
Yeah, I heard, I was talking to Jason Bland, said y'all put a pretty good hunt on this past Saturday.
That's right, we're gonna bring that in a couple of weeks. We're gonna have a bunch of rabbit hunts coming up, a bunch of rabbits on camera. And I know everybody likes to see it. If you saw 2 weeks ago when we was shooting video and we we went back and did a little, recycle some great footage on the rabbits running. So, and Jason, you've heard about conservation hunts?
Yes, sir. I heard y'all on a real good conservation hunt at your buddy Blake Swaller's place in DeVille.
We have straps and stringers. We had Larry Reynolds with us from the Wildlife and Fisheries, waterfowl study leader. And we had our old friend, Joe Mack, and Gary Krause filming. We had a good time up there with Blake Swaller. 4 straps and stringers is there. They've been planning. They're gonna have them going on. We're gonna see more of that. And we talked to Larry. We talked to We talked to Blake about the hunting seasons, and it was fun. It was fun. We didn't kill many because they're hard, but we did it good. Also, we got the fishing report, Abu Garcia fishing report. This week we dedicated to Mr. Joseph Francis Sonny Arnone. If anybody ever fished around Grand Isle, you wonder, who is this guy you're talking about? You don't have to ask anybody but the top trout fisherman in Grand Isle. He pioneered the technique of fishing with croaker. So we'll bring you a little bit more about that in the fishing report. We got a little news, but main thing we got Jason standing in.
Yep. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
This is our love, this is our life, this is our home, Louisiana. This is our day, come what may. This is our forever long. This is our home. This is our life. This is our home.
It's Truck Month at Courtesy Ford, and with our new expanded lot, it's our biggest truck month ever. Right now, get $12,000 off every 2016 Ford Super Duty diesel in stock. The 2016 Super Duty delivers best in-class power and fuel economy, and you can get $12,000 off MSRP on over 100 in stock. Browse the largest selection of Ford trucks in the state at Acadiana's #1 selling F-Series dealer for 3 years straight. Courtesy Ford off I-10 behind Walmart and Bro Bridge.
Who doesn't want to save money on fuel? Now, Shell and the Fuel Rewards Network are putting you in control of how much you pay for fuel. Simply buy whatever's on your shopping list. Clothes, groceries, even dinner out. And earn cents per gallon savings at participating retailers nationwide. Now, fuel prices are in your hands. So why wait? Sign up at fuelrewards.com today and turn shopping power into saving power.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
I'm Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's. You're probably familiar with our fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, and buttery Texas toast. But the best things we serve are not on our menu. They're the people in the communities we call home. We make it a priority to give back. And while we may be known for our fingers, we're all about lending a hand. So next time you stop by, just remember that my Cane's is your Cane's. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And Gary, I just wanted to say we had a wonderful season. My little girl and I enjoyed, trying to video everything we did so we can show the viewers what our hunting season was like. And we struggled at times, but right there towards the end of the season, it all came together. We had 4 real good hunts. I got on camera. There's a lot of stuff you can't get on camera just because of light and different things, but she shot a doe at 295 yards. Here we are in the ground blind. We set up and we wasn't quite sure where the deer were gonna come out, but I was actually taking a little nap in the stand. She busted me. I said, look, I'm a little tired. I said, why don't you let Daddy take a nap? I said, when something comes out, go on and wake me up. So I was laying on the ground, and she tapped. She said, Daddy, they got 2 deer coming out. I said, oh, don't pick on me like that. She goes, I'm serious. I look up, there was 3 deer out there. So we got situated, and our range was 295 yards, and she put an unbelievable shot on this deer.
We looked at the footage, looked like I put a pretty good shot on it, and we're gonna go see if we can find it. Look. Right here. There's some blood on the tree. Yeah. Okay. Here's some meat. There she is. Look.
Where?
Over there.
Ah, look at her. There she is. Good shooting, Judy. We got invited to come on a little doe hunt this afternoon with a buddy of mine back at Barlowville. This is Brooke's second deer this year, but it's the first one we actually get on camera. Last day of the season, so I'm proud of my little girl. Let me show you. Been a long hunting season. We struggled, but it was worth it, right? Now we get to go home and celebrate and make some deer jerky and some deer ground meat and deer sausage. Shot. Unbelievable shot my little girl made. Here we're on my place in Avoyelles Parish. They had a couple hogs that was coming out, tearing up the food plots, and we set up on them. We had been getting some pictures of them. It was a big sow with about 7 little pigs. Hog comes down the road just perfect.
What are you doing trying to control it? Everybody all over the state and all over the country right now trying to control them. I remember one time you brought us some footage, y'all were killing them, you know, out of helicopter.
Yeah.
You know, you had a little bit more open land where y'all do. Y'all got so many different range that y'all do with Good Hope, but what are you doing on your personal land? Y'all trap them too with the pin?
We do almost anything you can. We have a couple traps out there that set up year round. The hogs haven't been as big a problem this year on me as they have in the past. Biggest reason is I've got my feet off the ground. I started using gravity feeders where the hog, it's not just a spin feeder throwing the feet on the ground. If you get the feet off the ground, you're not gonna have the hog problems like you normally would because they can't get to it.
Now tell me about this hunt real quick.
But this is a great little hunt. Got some good footage. The hog, the big sow coming in with the 7 little pigs, and we were able to get a good shot on the sow. She killed it. We didn't get to shoot any of the little ones, but we're still hopeful they'll come back.
Y'all go back and trap this
Oh,
thing.
they'll come back. We'll just trap them.
We looked at the footage. It looks like I made a pretty good shot. I shot her in the motor, and it looked like she ran this way. Guys, stay tuned to Watching Paradise, Louisiana.
What you got, Nanny? Brooke just smoked her a pig, baby. Good shoot.
I'm here at the camp with my friend Peyton and Allie, and we shot a big pig. Hog. And whenever we saw the piggy, she came out with her babies, and then I shot her, and then she ran in front of us and went over there and fell, and then she made some noise. She's like, ah! We're like, ah, ah! Like, like, ah! And then the piggies are still there, and they ran off. And
there were 7 piggies.
7, yeah. And then, yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
How did your daughter learn to shoot so well? You take it field, practice, or she just did it naturally in the stand?
She's been practicing since she was 3 years old. The best way to start them off is shooting a 22, something that they're not scared of. You know, a lot of people start off with their children at a young age shooting a big gun that kicks and they get scared of it. So I started practicing with both my children with a 22 with CV caps, shooting through a scope, and just letting them practice that and not being scared.
Well, Jason, as another great deer, squirrel, rabbit season, they all come to a close. What you got more to come from Avoyelles boy?
Well, you know, our deer season's over with, but now we can, hog season starts and turkey season not far around. We have the youth turkey hunt starts March 19th. March 20th. And we're gonna try to make a few hog hunts. My partner, Connor House, got some real good hog dogs. I think you might have hunted with him at your brother's a couple months back. We got a couple places after deer season. The hunting clubs are more than willing to let you come and try to catch some hogs in Mississippi. So Thursday we're gonna make a hog hunt, and most every weekend's booked up.
I think I'm
hog
supposed
dogs.
to make a hunt with Bobby Black and some of his friends up in Tensas too, hog hunt. So I guess we have no more hog hunts. I've been telling people, kill many you can kill. Just follow the law and help us get rid of them.
Well, you know, starting March 1st in Louisiana, I know Mississippi, you can legally hog hunt 24 hours a day because there's such a problem that starting March 1st, you know, you can go out with spotlights and night vision, and however you want to kill a hog, you can kill it. You know, but you know, you have to, you know, make sure you check with your local officials, make sure that this does, you know, is legal in your area where you're hunting. Don't take my word. You know, always double check with your local officials.
Look, we'll stay tuned more with Jason. Stick around, because I think you got a few fishing reports from out in your area coming up. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. More to come.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
At Jerry Lane, they rolled the red carpet out for me.
It's always been Jerry. Jerry Lane.
You know what? It's tradition, it's family, and that's what keeps us coming back to Jerry Lane.
Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane.
We're a Jerry Lane family.
Always lead to. You can count on Jerry Lane.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
Good morning. You're here with Full Strap and Stringer in central Louisiana on the Louisiana Delta Plantation. We're doing our first conservation hunt of the year. Got Mr. Joe Macalusa with us, Mr. Don Dubuque, of course, Mr. famous Gary Risponi, and also got Mr. Larry Reynolds from the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Office come out here today with us, and we're going to close out the season on a strong day.
Each year, the day after the regular goose season closes, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service opens a special conservation order for snow geese, blue geese, and Ross geese only. And when it coincides with Mardi Gras, we call it the Crew of Honk. During the conservation season in Louisiana, it enables hunters to lengthen their waterfowl season by about 6 to 8 weeks. We're able to hunt the birds with unplugged shotguns. We're also able to shoot them a little earlier and a little later in the day. I think it's our part as sportsmen to try to take these birds and reduce their numbers, because they're going back, and we're hearing about all the studies that's going on all over the country saying that they're reducing their habitat.
I was just speaking to some people today and telling me about it, that it looks like throughout the last few years, the snow goose populations is starting to plateau, and there's not so much of a rise in the population. It's also a great way to get together and get your buddies together and finish up working your dogs and kind of tune up on your goose hunting skills. And not bad table fare either if you know how to cook them.
All right, the conservation order is expanded hunting opportunity on snow geese and Ross geese in the United States. The conservation order resulted from a large population increase from these two species that are well adapted to expanding agricultural habitats in the southern parts of their flyway. Their populations have gotten large enough that the large number of geese occupying the same breeding grounds in Canada and Alaska are starting to destroy that habitat. And so there's additional hunting opportunity offered through the conservation order.
Snow goose at this time of the year are very educated. They've been hunted for probably the last 6 months, all the way from Alberta and Manitoba all the way down south. We do our best to put up huge expanses of decoys. We use everything from full bodies to flags to kites. We use all kinds of motion. We use electronic calls, which we can do in the conservation season. It still is a day-by-day situation where some days you're set up right where they want to be. We came out yesterday, looked at these birds, watched this field, put them to roost last night. I mean, there's all kind of goose sign where they've been eating all the winter grass, and we were right in the right place today. It's just that they are very wary birds, and every day is a different challenge.
It's extremely difficult to increase the harvest of snow geese by adding additional days because they tend to occupy private lands. They have really high flock cohesiveness. They're difficult birds to hunt and be successful. So although the conservation order has increased the harvest of snow geese substantially, the best it has resulted in at this point is a slowing of the growth to about leveling off of the population.
In order for the conservation order to be a success and save the habitat and the wildlife that goes with it, hunters have a responsibility to participate. And if you want to be part of it, you've got till March 6th before the season closes.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
I think I'll be remiss. I got to talk a little bit more about full straps and stringers. And then I done had a few full stringers with you since you opened up with your guys over there at Lotto. And they tell me y'all catch them on yo-yos right here, right now. naturally, we want people to come right now. You got this conservation order, but you got fishing, you got hunting. Do you ever take a break? I start in Canada in September. Tell me what our full straps and stringers can provide for people.
Well, I guess what you call it, we start in September. We start in Alberta. We have a facility that we hunt out of. It's right outside of Edmonton, and also another facility out of Calgary. We start there in September and October. The boys go up that way, get it started. Then we come back down for teal season here in September, so we're kind of dual on both sides of the continent, I guess you'd say. Then we shoot ducks all the way through the end of January. Then we do a lot of conservation hunts. This is our first year to do some conservation hunts, but we have a 16,000 acre farm that we have permission that we can hunt on, and we're looking forward to doing a bunch of conservation hunts. Today was our first one with y'all. And then we do cyclade trips all year long.
Yeah, and you got more than Lotto too.
Oh yeah,
around here.
Yeah.
Got so many lakes. Within 1 hour of Alexandria, there's so many lakes. It's beautiful up here.
Within 30 minutes of the lodge, we can fish on 5 very good crappie lakes, cyclade lakes, white perch lakes, whatever part of Louisiana you from or the United States. We do a lot of that. Y'all made a trip with us this past summer and caught a bunch of white perch and cyclade. We're a year-round facility outfitter. We're family-oriented, family-managed, family-owned. If you want a place to come relax,
got excellent cooks. Excellent cook, by the way. You know I always worry about the food. I ain't never come here and not eat well. Look, give everybody how to get in touch with you or how to get in touch with Full Straps and Stringers.
You can get in touch with either me or Hunter Swallow, my son, and you can get in touch with us on our website, which is fullstrapandstringer.com, or you can go to our Facebook page, which is Full Strap and Stringer. And my phone number is 318-730-8809. And if I'm not in, I'll leave a message for me. We'll get right back to you, and either Hunter or I'll get back in touch with you just as quick as we can.
You know, I missed a couple hunts this year. So before I run this and give, I want to promise on the air that I'm not gonna miss the teal hunt this year.
No, you're not gonna miss the teal hunt this year. You already got a hunt set up for next year already. So you see, we're in good shape.
Thank y'all very much. Full Straps and Stringers, what a place to be up here. Jonesboro, 2.5 hours in Baton Rouge, maybe a little bit further from New Orleans. Anywhere you come from, beautiful ride, not crowded, and just hope the weather's right. That's all you got to do. Blake Swallow, one of my oldest and dearest friends.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Say hello to everybody in Benton, Louisiana. You watching Paradise, Louisiana.
This is our love. This is our life. This is our home, Louisiana. This is our day. Come what may. This is our forever strong, forever long. This is our
today we're here in the central area, East Baton Rouge Parish. Safety first, everybody wear their orange vests. Watch out the way you shoot, make sure you know where every man is located. We're gonna start off back here, we're gonna line off, going back into the swampy area over here. We're gonna turn the dogs loose. Then we'll swing around and hit this big weed patch. I got a bunch of roads cut in here, so we should have a good time, have some fun. The dogs should do good. We got a bunch of firepower today. Just we hunt safe and have a good time. Yeah, I'm a big deer hunter, squirrel hunter, rabbit hunter, but rabbit hunting is my ultimate love. I was rabbit hunting before I was doing anything. I used to come up under my dad at 5, 6 years old when he used to go run his dogs all over town. And it's just something that I always love. And the ultimate thing I love about it the most is the dogs. I love raising my dogs, watching them start and getting them going and finishing them on out. And just, yeah, I got 2 sons actually. I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they coming up under me, and they pretty fond to the dogs, so they anxious to get on out there. They got a couple more years, but they gonna be coming out there soon.
There you go.
Got it?
Paul, Percy Franklin. Mr. Gary said he wish you was here this morning, make a good rabbit hunt this morning.
I made all 4 of the annual hunts so far, and but mostly February is the month that I hunt because I like the sound of the dogs running. I like the camaraderie, getting together with the fellas at that time. Every now and then I'll make one of those deer hunts with the guys as a guest, but mostly when I go in, I go for the eating and the camaraderie of talking and laughing and getting a chance to see some of them guys again, you know.
Yeah, I was born in Liberty, Mississippi, but raised up here in Louisiana. Enjoy hunting all the time. Like deer hunting, rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting. So occasionally do a little turkey hunt.
These are both state champions at McKinley. You in 67?
Yes.
You in 62?
Yeah.
I used to go when Redemption was a basketball school. I used to go with my buddies to watch McKinley and Capital play.
Okay.
So I knew that a lot of great basketball talent came out. What do you remember most about the 62 championship? Who'd y'all play and what do you remember most about it?
That year we were 32-3. We lost only 3 games. And the teams that beat us those years were Capital, St. Augustine, and Washington Lake Charles. But we came back and beat each one of those twice, the ones that beat us. And we played the state championship. They used to rotate. One year was at Southern and next year was at Grambling. The year we won it was at Grambling. And we played Carroll High out of Monroe. And we beat them in the finals. We played Carroll, Webster High, which is now Minden High, and St. Augustine out of New Orleans.
Well, tell me what you remember specifically about the game. Your biggest memory of that game.
Well, I scored 19 points that game. I
That's
can
all
remember
you
that.
gotta
I
say.
scored 19 points, and Leslie Scott was our leading scorer and probably the best player that
Ever come out of McKinley?
Ever come out of McKinley, and me out of Louisiana. He got about 44 that night, and so we had a good time.
That's it. Okay, Gilbert, your turn. Tell me about what you remember. Who did y'all play?
We played a team out of Natchitoches, Louisiana, and that particular night I started at guard. All year long I've been playing center, and myself and a guy named Russell Dunn, who played forward all year that year. Coach Stewart started us at guard that year, and we took them guys down that particular night, you know. One of my most memorable things, I think I had about 12 points, and maybe about 4 of those points were all from dunks that particular night.
That was really rare back in those days.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Congratulations. Y'all were good hunters, good businessmen, workers. McKinley put out some talent.
So put out some talent way before us, and even after us, a lot of younger guys that came out of that. Dal Glasper and that group, Jared Jingles, Tommy Green, all those guys,
Willie
Pop
Tylers.
Green, Willie Tylers.
You can't name them all. Let's go to rabbit hunt. We
But
gotta go.
if I may, they want everybody to watch this year McKinley team. Right now we're 8-0 in the district, and we're on our way to hopefully win another championship this year.
I mean, watch them on TV.
Led by Coach Boudreaux, one of the finest coaches I've met that's been at McKinley.
See that?
We better go, guys.
We gotta go.
Let's go get some rabbits.
I want to tell y'all one more thing. See, not only they put out great athletes, they put out some great people like y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
But this one here, I'm probably gonna have to fry this one. We ain't gonna put no gravy on
He's
him.
a young one.
He's a young one, so
We already got something to put on that rice.
some seasoning on him and some flour and fry him up good like some fried chicken. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, that's an appetizer.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I got to get back to hunting, but stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Watching Paradise, Louisiana.
At Rouse's, we love food as much as you do. That's why it's no surprise our chefs aren't the only cooks who work here. Rouse's butchers know how to select, trim, and cook every cut we sell. Of course, our produce experts are the very best in the field.
And on the field.
And you can always count on our seafood department for the best catch.
Heads up, Brandon.
The best quality and the best price is why the best chefs and cooks
shop and work at Rouse's.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
At Jerry Lane, they rolled the red carpet out for me.
It's always been Jerry.
You know what? It's tradition, it's family, and that's what keeps us coming back to Jerry Lane.
Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane.
We're a Jerry Lane family.
Always lead to. You can count on Jerry Lane.
Hey, welcome to another Paradise, not Louisiana, it's Mississippi today. Magnolia Retreat, my brother Eddie's place here. One of our longtime guides and friends and cohort, and Carlton Savoy and his famous dogs, and my older brother, Sammy Rasponi. We're gonna do a little something right here that is really a tradition, not only for Carlton, but for you and I and Eddie. Tell them about the heritage, how old you were when Dad brought you a squirrel dog.
6 years old, something like that, and he had a shotgun that he called a Long Tom, and it was a single barrel shotgun, and 34 inch, and he called it Long Tom. Then he had a little 22 rifle. It was automatic, and I used to carry the rifle, and he carried the shotgun. And then when the dog treed, we'd switch up. He'd give me the rifle, and he'd take the shotgun. And he would take the rifle and I'd take the shotgun, and he would start. If he could get it sitting, he would get it. But if he started running, it was my job to shoot it with the shotgun.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, this is the first time the three of us squirrel hunted together.
Together.
It's the first time in my life to squirrel hunt with you two. I've run with Sammy and Daddy, and I did it with you and Daddy, with Uncle John and them, but I've never had the three of us squirrel hunt together. It's pretty special.
Oh, middle of February, you won't believe this, just a few days ago, in fact, one day ago, it was 32 degrees, we had 72 this morning.
Yeah, this afternoon.
Go get them with them dogs. You ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Number 1. Corey knocked him out.
I am in 7th grade and I go to Lake Elementary. Yeah, I got 7th in the state air rifle competition.
Yeah. How many squirrels you done killed this year? Don't know?
I don't know.
You killed a bunch?
So far, about like 10 this year.
Here you come.
Good catch. I'm looking right there. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Going up, going up.
Hey, Coach, is that as tough as running the bleachers?
At this age, yeah, like I said, when I was in high school, I used to go, Dad, I used to play like I was running the ball. I'd dive a stump, jump over a stump, run at a tree, give it a stiff arm. I barely can get up the hill now. I guess they call it age. Huh?
Name's Ray Stelly. I went to Opelousas High School in 1965. Been living in Baton Rouge ever since, and Eddie's my brother-in-law, so we're over here hunting, having a good time. So.
I'm Mike Waggisback. I went to East Ascension High School, and your cousin taught me, Mr. Joe Spellagine.
All right, we just killed one of this big oak tree, and we're gonna head along the edge of this clear cut. The squirrels like to hang the edge of those clear cuts where it's kind of thick, and we're gonna go back and go around the clear cut and head back toward the truck.
I told you, the later it gets, the better it's gonna get.
Judy.
Good day, short day, 2 or 3 hours, what, dozen squirrels? I don't know how many we got, but there's a lot of walking. Now, tomorrow we're gonna do a little rabbit hunt.
That's right.
Is the ground gonna be a little flatter?
Much flatter. We're going to be hunting in cut over on the other side by the river. It's going to be real flat.
And that's our real heritage.
That's
you
right.
and I, anyway.
That's right.
Coming up rabbit hunting with my
And
dad.
we'll be hunting with an old friend of ours, Glenn Bush.
Another North Baton Rouge fair.
Redemptor's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna hear him. We're gonna hear him. Is he gonna sound like our daddy?
Well, yeah, he's
Get him out of there. Get him out. That's it. We'll bring back memories. What we got? What I hear our nephew over there got Did he tell the truth, or he just teasing me?
He heard you were coming, you and Thad, and he decided to get some bone-in ribeyes. That's what he's cooking for you tonight. We don't
He
snack.
knew I was coming.
Well, yeah.
Let's go.
Amen.
Let's go. I can't wait till tomorrow.
That's it.
Who doesn't want to save money on fuel? Now, Shell and the Fuel Rewards Network are putting you in control of how much you pay for fuel. Simply buy whatever's on your shopping list. Clothes, groceries, even dinner out. And earn cents per gallon savings at participating retailers nationwide. Now, fuel prices are in your hands. So why wait? Sign up at fuelrewards.com today and turn shopping power into saving power.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
It's Truck Month at Courtesy Ford, and with our new expanded lot, it's our biggest truck month ever. Right now, get $12,000 off every 2016 Ford Super Duty diesel in stock. The 2016 Super Duty delivers best in-class power and fuel economy, and you can get $12,000 off MSRP on over 100 in stock. Browse the largest selection of Ford trucks in the state at Acadiana's #1 selling F-Series dealer for 3 years straight. Courtesy Ford off I-10 behind Walmart and Bro Bridge.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And Jason, today we dedicated to Mr. Joseph Francis Sonny Arnone, one of the premier and probably the first, or the person who originally discovered the technique of Carolina rigging croaker.
Yep, well,
And
I've heard.
Grand Isle, and he's won so many big tournaments, and then people follow behind him. If you go talk to St. Cyrs and you talk to the Dugats, anybody you talk to at Grand Isle that is a good trout fisherman, they all go back at both the marinas. You know, Buggy and them at Brookside, they'll tell you that this guy that won the first one that showed everybody else. And it was hard for him to show, you know, because there's a lot of times people over there knew he fished his tournament, he was very competitive. And when he started sharing, and then the St. Cyrs and the other people, the Toopses, Bootsy Toops, and all these people start following behind him and used to fish with him and watch how he catch them. Not only there, but in Venice also. So dedicated, we get our sincere condolences to all Arnone family and all the friends that followed him and loved him. So now, you tell me something about your fishing report. You got much? You been hunting?
We haven't been fishing a whole bunch this hunting season, but we're fixing to start. You know, we do a lot of catfishing in the river. The river's up and down. It's got another 3-4 foot rise coming, and it's raining right now up in Arkansas and Texas. So we don't know how it's going to affect the river. I hear they're catching some big fish in Toledo Bend, though.
Well, I got a
good
picture that
report.
just came in this week, and the report has been, last week I told you, I had 57 fish already over 10 pounds, and that's, you know, that's, last year at this time was 21 over 10 pounds, and they end up with 80 something. So they're gonna break all records. That's why it's the big bass, biggest, #1 bass lake in the country. And I'm looking here at some of these things. I told you,
How about the
you keep
saccharin?
looking at this.
Yeah, I was
Saccharin
wondering what
everywhere.
this is. Is this some kind of catfish food, or what is this right here?
No, a good friend, Murray Singer, and his wife, Jody. I saw this over there, and you know I like to eat. He said, here, this is a snack he put together with different beans, supposed to be a healthy snack. You see him, we got dried food in there, people that like to backpack through the woods, hunters, fishermen, and people that like to snack all the time, like me. I want to thank him for that.
It's
So he
probably
got
a good healthy snack unless you eat the whole bag.
I don't know, but I'm going to eat a bunch, but I'm not going to open it yet. I'm going to save it. So thank you. Thank you to the singers. And also, I want to thank Jody Singer. Did some paperwork, and She also writes for Ascension Sportsman. Excuse me. I want to thank Jody Singer. She writes. She's a writer and editor for the Ascension Outdoors and Sportsman League. That's why I said that right. I'm gonna get it right.
You got it.
And her husband, he's former president of the Louisiana Wildlife Federation. So, Jason, we got a lot of fishing for it. I know you've been hunting, but I'm not gonna ask you, man. But you promised to bring me a bunch of saccalay reports coming up for all them lakes.
All them lakes.
All
They
them
should be
lakes
turning
within
on.
an hour of you and Alexandria. I'm getting reports already. People
Wow.
catching saccalay. Tensar River. I'm also talking about Bruin, Concordia, Lake St. John, saccalay, both on yo-yo and jigging, okay, and fishing. Somebody asked me last week, she said, you gave a report on Bar Black and you was telling them about the prestiges, that they were slow rolling a homemade jig. They had a spin on it. Well, they never got in detail, but I have some people emailing me, and I'm gonna tell you, I figure it's a Roadrunner type bait. A lot of people make a homemade Roadrunner, and they put in a swim bait, a shad bait, either by assassin or what, they make a little shad with a swim tail on it, just like you do a bass swim bait. And they putting it on and they slow rolling it down in the bottom of the canals. It's still going on. People also catch them on black and chartreuse. And then sometimes in that water is not real clear. I know people that rode all over trying to find clear water. And I'm talking about fresh water now. They were looking and they're trying to find clear water. And a lot of times they go on the blue and white jigs. That's the old mainstay. Used to be favorite colors. You can go nowhere without black and chartreuse and blue and white. So that's the report on that. Saccalay and bass. Now, we got all these tournaments coming up in the next few weeks. Starting next week, all the way through, they got the Fishes of Men tournament coming up. All of them in the Lake Barrett area. So with the Teflon spillway so high, everybody is pounding Lake Barrett, everything, because they can't fish south in the marsh.
Water's
Some
too
of
much,
these tournaments.
too much water.
No,
there.
they can't fish south. It's illegal. That's where fish will bite. They got to stay north. They got to stay north and fish.
Okay.
So it's getting pounded, but I hear some big fish are coming from the Barrett area. You ain't fishing bass, that's where I'd go fishing saccalay. Bayou Corn and all those areas north. If you're staying on this side, not the spillway side, you start to get ready. Bay Natchez, Patch Bay, all those places will be holding saccalay. You're going to hold in bass too, but you're going to have a lot of competition in the next 3 weeks. If we get a lot of more rain, that's going to probably slow down. All the rivers in the Florida parishes, you know, a lot of people with them, they just getting down right. If we get these rains, they going back up. So don't blame Gary Rasponi or Joe Macalusa. You look at the paper, he gives a fishing report, listen to Don on the radio, and just keep up, network, call a lot of people. Terry St. Cyr told me last week at Grand Isle, he rode all over. We went all the way back to Round Lake, and they caught one redfish. And look, then I get a report from some people down in that area. I got the Duprees fishing off of Highway 1. They had 36 redfish they caught on the bank. But then remember 3 keepers. Even the drum and the sheephead were a little small, but they catching them off the highway. They using dead shrimp, live shrimp, and even bait. Now, y'all know Tommy Vidrine, when he fishes, he's fishing jerk baits or swim bait. That's right.
Live shrimp.
Yeah, not
real weight.
You ain't fished with him in the thing. He's fishing off the bank now.
Oh, okay.
See, you got to go fishing. You and Tommy are good friends. I know he took you and he taught you how to fish those live shrimp, free floating and live shrimp. But that ain't what he's doing now. He's fishing the bank and he's fishing in the back. He's fishing tsunamis. He's still fishing that tsunami and he's fishing a little jerk bait.
He's
a little
catching?
rebel type bait and he's jerking it and catching fish. Yeah, now, the rest of the saltwater, Delacroix is still hot. Brent Sound is still hot. This distant area. You can get out more toward the coast, ask around the landings that are catching fish, the things I've been hitting. And I got a little video that came. You saw it a while ago. He sent it, Perry bass, sent us a little fishing report from his area. So saltwater, between that's all I got.
Today we fished out of Violet off of Mr. Go. Conditions were terrible. Water was low. Barely any tide, 6 inches in about 6 or 7 hours. The winds were blowing pretty bad, but they calmed down. And we caught our limit in bass probably before 9 o'clock this morning. We fished about another 4 hours, and we popped off a couple of redfish, and I think we got about 17 trout now. Here's one of the better bass that we caught. Today we're fishing mostly with ultraviolet from matrix shad. The way we was working it is we was basically just throwing it out and just a very, very slow presentation along the banks. And we caught most of the trout in the middle in about 3 foot of water, which is amazing because it's being cold as it is. You think you would have to go to a deep hole.
Also, we got some pictures. Thank y'all for sending in these pictures. Don't forget me. Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. We got Dane Lyons, first duck. We got Dylan Bonaventure. Oh man, the Carolina rig at Eagle Lake. Thanks to Troy Hebert sending me that. That's it for this week here at Paradise, Louisiana and Rouse's. Stay tuned next week. You come by. I think we're going to have Jason Bland on the show. We're going to be showing you more of the rabbit hunts, more of the traditional hunts. And by the way, we're going to be at Rouse's. We're going to be at Rouse's in Houma, Louisiana. Look us up. If you're in that area, come out and visit with us. We'll be out there between 10 and 1. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.